All right, so this is the time where I knew that I was gonna become successful. I'm not trying to, this is not an ego thing. I'm just telling you exactly how I got confidence that I'm gonna make it, which I feel like, unfortunately, a lot of you guys struggle with this. It's either like I feel like half of you guys are literally like delusional. Like you think you're gonna make it even though you've never had anything, you've never done anything like work ethic wise in the past in your life. And another portion of you guys just have very bad confidence issues. So this video is for the people that have confidence issues, like, oh, what if I don't make it? But like obviously everybody, I'm sure everybody like intrinsically thinks like, oh, what if it doesn't work out? Like everybody thinks that. But I'm talking about the people that actually have like serious confidence issues, which to that point, like honestly, if you're doing the work, you shouldn't have that issue. But this video is for you guys. So hopefully you guys can learn a little bit and learn the lesson that I learned from my story time. So anyways, quick backstory. I didn't need this to be confident. I was always confident since I was a little kid, which is weird because if you saw me in real life, you wouldn't think like, oh, this guy is so confident or arrogant, because I never portrayed it like that. But deep down inside, I knew that I was going to make it since I was a little kid. And I'm going to be honest, I don't even think I'm there yet. I think, to be honest, like most of you guys are probably looking at me and what I've accomplished so far. You're like, damn, that's crazy. I don't think it's anything crazy. I need to be more. I need to go up more. Like I need to go all the way over there, even all the way up there. So, anyways, so I'm not going to lie to you guys. I've never had a confidence issue on what I can do. Like I knew that I was going to make it. I knew that I was going to work. I knew that I was going to become successful. I knew that I was going to be rich. I don't know why. I don't know why. I was just born like that. Okay. So for like confidence wise, I just was born like that. I didn't have an issue with confidence. Actually, it was the opposite. I had too much confidence. I was so arrogant. I feel like now I'm a little bit humble. But I'll give you guys a story time. Okay. So pretty much when I first started my brand, some of you guys might have heard of the story time. I had a very strict schedule. Okay, I had a very strict schedule. Woke up at 5 a.m. Blah blah blah. Doesn't really matter. Anyways, the part of the story that does matter is when I woke up at 5 a.m. I would always go play basketball. So my whole plan, right? So this is I graduated from high school. Now I have 3 months to myself, and I'm 18. Okay, I'm not supposed to even go to college. I was supposed to drop out in high school, but I didn't make any money, so I couldn't. So I needed to lock in. I have 3 months. What am I going to do? I need to start a clothing brand. The reason why is because most of you guys might know, I started a clothing brand when I was a sophomore in high school, and that was the only business that I quit because it was so hard. So like I said, I had an ego, so I was like, bro, you know what? There's no way I'm like quitting, because like every other business that I did, it failed, but the clothing brand was so hard, I just quit. And that was the only business that I quit on. So, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start a clothing brand once again. And also at the time I was selling jewelry and I wanted to transition over to clothing anyway. So it's kind of similar. So started a clothing brand. I had a very strict schedule, wrote it down on a notebook, wake up at 5 a.m., go to the gym, play basketball for like an hour. I don't know why. I just wanted to do cardio in the morning. And the main reason why was because I wanted to take a cold shower every day. So like I was like, if I get sweaty and it's hot, like it's gonna be easier for me to take a cold shower. So that's what I did. And obviously I had other stuff in the routine that was pretty useful, but that doesn't matter in the story time. Pretty much woke up at 5 a.m. The first day of summer, woke up at 5 a.m. Never done that in my life. I go outside. It's dark as hell. It's not even, there's no sun. Like I woke up before the sun. The hell is that shit? I'm driving to the gym. Nobody's on the streets. Okay, it's 5 a.m. So I go to the gym. I go to the basketball court thinking nobody's going to be there because it's 5 a.m. Who the fuck is there at 5 a.m.? And I go to the basketball court. I see one Asian guy all the way over there. Okay, just shooting around. Okay. And if you're Asian, you would know every time you see another Asian, you double check to see if you know them. Okay. For some reason, everybody knows each other. And I was just like eyeing him out. I'm like, do I know this guy? Because he's Asian, right? So I look closely and boom, guess what? I know this guy. Haha. Crazy, right? So I go up to him and like, yo, like, do you remember me? Because like, okay, so pretty much backstory. I played in some like church league or something. I don't even know, like a basketball league. I don't know. It was like a church league or like some weird ass league. I don't know. It was like a fun like charity thing or something. I don't know. It's like a fun church league or something. It was some sort of league, basketball league, when I was in like high school for fun. And I think he was on that team. He was like 2, 3 years older than me. And I saw him and I'm like, oh shit, do you remember me? I was in this like basketball league that you were in. And obviously I'm not good at basketball. I just joined it because my friend wanted me to join it. So I just joined it with him. So he's like, oh shit, yeah. Because we went to the same high school as well. But he was like 2 grades above me. So I was like, what's good, bro? And the first question that I asked is like, what the hell are you doing here? And he said, I mean, I'm here to practice, right? Because he was really good. That guy was really good. He played for like the basketball team for our high school. So he was really good. For me, I'm just trash. I was just doing it for cardio. I could have been running. I just didn't like running. So I just played basketball, right? So it could have been like tennis. It could have been anything else. I just wanted to do cardio in the morning. So I was like, oh, that's cool, bro. Like, I didn't think anybody was going to be there. It's 5 a.m. Who is going to be at the gym at 5 a.m.? And he told me, like, why are you here? And I told him, oh, I just want to do cardio. I'm going to be here every single day. And he said, oh, bet, bro. I'm going to be here every single day, too. So I should see you every day, right? And he's like, yeah. Or I was like, yeah, of course. I just said I'm going to come every single day. So I'm sure he thought I was talking out of my ass. I wasn't. I was being dead ass serious. So what happened was, the first day I saw him, we played basketball. He's really good. And he obviously beat me. We were just playing one-on-one. And after that, we were just talking and chatting. And I was like, bro, like, well, how are you here? Like, you know, are you like, what are you trying to do in life? Like, what are you doing right now? Because obviously this guy's way older than me. He's not in college either, I think. I don't even know what situation he's in, but he's older than me. So I'm like, what are you doing in life? He said he wants to become a professional basketball player. Okay, this guy wants to be a professional basketball player. He's pretty much like, he's not even that tall. He's like, I don't know, like 5'7", 5'8", or some shit like that. So obviously, like, being a professional NBA player with that height is pretty much impossible. Or not NBA, I think it was like overseas or some shit. Like, he wanted to be an overseas basketball player. So I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And during this time, I was starting my clothing brand. So I also told him, yeah, you know, I'm trying to start this clothing brand or like a business. I don't know if it's going to work out. I just recently started it. And I told him, he's like, oh, that's cool too. By the way, I love this guy. I'm not friends with him. I don't know this guy like that well. But like, I have nothing against him. So pretty much we had a conversation, boom, done, right? Next day, go to the gym. I see him again. Next day, go to the gym, see him again. Couple days later, he just stopped showing up. So it went from like every single day for the first couple weeks of him showing up, and we would always play together, right? Because nobody else is at the gym at 5 a.m. Or at the basketball court. And as time goes on, he would show up like 3 to 4 times a week, and then after 3 to 4 times, he would show up like twice a week. And the reason why I knew that was because I showed up every single day, motherfucker. And guess what? I don't even want to be a professional basketball player. I was just doing it simply just out of discipline. Just because I wanted to be disciplined, because I realized that if I did this every single day, I'm probably going to work on my business every single day too. So one day I told him, and this is like when he was kind of slacking off, right? So one day I told him, I was like, bro, like I literally said exactly like this. This is none of my business, but how are you going to become a basketball player if I outwork you? Like a professional basketball player, right? So this guy's really good. I've never beat, like he always beat me, even if, you know, he didn't show up as well, because he's really good. But I told him, like, how are you going to let me outwork you? And I don't care about basketball. I'm doing this for cardio. And he's like, you know what? Yeah, bro, you're right. You're right. And guess what? After that, he just stopped showing up. So I believe this was like a month and a half in. He just stopped showing up. He went ghost for like a month and a half. And for me personally, I didn't care. But I literally, like, I mean, obviously, I guess none of my business. I don't care. But I used that as motivation. I was like, bro, competition's so easy. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, how am I outworking some guy that wants to become a professional basketball player in basketball? Imagine, you know, me outworking other people that want to start a business or a clothing brand. Like, there's no way that, you know, they're going to outwork me. So it boosted my confidence way more, because I was outworking people in a different, like, area in life that doesn't even relate to, like, my clothing brand. So after a month, he never showed up anyways, by the way. Like, for a month straight, he never showed up. And the reason why I knew that is because I showed up every single day. So after that, one day I show up at the gym. This is like a month later after him not showing up. And I see him. And I'm like, oh shit, what's good, bro? And as soon as I see him, the first thing he says is a bunch of excuses on the reasons why he couldn't show up, okay, for the past month, right? He said his family came over. I don't know. He went on vacation. I don't know. He was just making a bunch of excuses. And guess what? I never asked. Like, this guy was just telling it himself. And I told him, like, it's cool, bro. I don't care. Like, it's your life, not mine. But what I realized at that point was, like, in the back of his head, he knew that I was right. He knew that I called him pretty much lazy, and he was lazy. So he knew that I called him out. He didn't do anything about it. He made me outwork him, and he was pretty much guilty about that. So he was just rambling on excuses on the reasons why he didn't show up for the past month, which, like I told him, I didn't care. So I believe, like, I beat him once, which is kind of funny because he didn't show up for like a month, and then we played one-on-one, and I've never beaten him ever in my life. But I beat him like that one time that he like came to like play basketball, and I rubbed it in his face. Like, I told him, bro, like, took a month break, now I can beat you now. You feel me? Which is funny because I'm trash at basketball. So I beat this guy just off the fact that I showed up every single day when I don't care about basketball. So I can tell he was visibly upset. Don't care. He probably deserved that anyways. He needed a wake-up call. And after that day, I've never seen him. So literally, he showed up once. I beat him in basketball, and he never showed up ever again. Obviously, he might have, I don't know, because like the summer was pretty much over by that point. So I don't know what he did after that. But I use that experience as a very good example on me just working my ass off, because if I'm able to beat somebody else and like something simple like that just by showing up every single day, imagine like how many other clothing brand owners I can beat just by showing up every single day. So that was the, I guess, first part. And then pretty much after that, like, I went to college, right? So like the summer was over, I went to San Diego to college, and I believe like around a year and a half later. So like around a year and a half later, I come back to LA, I hang out with my friend, and we're just chatting with my friends, right? So I'm just chatting, I'm like, we're just talking, and somehow, some way, that guy that I used to play basketball with came up in the conversation, okay? Because they were like mutual friends. And I forgot about that guy. I didn't even know he existed because like we're not like friends, right? So I was like, oh my God, like what is this guy doing? Let's call him Bobby. Like, what's Bobby doing? Like, what is he up to? And she told him, oh, he's just working, I don't know, like a restaurant. And she also said, like, I don't even know what he's doing. In a sense, like it, like her manner, like the way she said it was like, this guy's a bum. He's still a bum. And I told her the story time of like what happened. And I was like, I thought he wanted to become a professional basketball player. And she's like, yeah, hell no, that should not happen. And the funniest part, okay, it's not really that funny, but like, I guess this is the reason why I work hard, right? Is because me and that guy, we were at the same like place in life. We both had nothing. We just had a goal. We had a dream, and we just wanted to work for it. The only difference is that I worked my ass off. I showed up every single day, and I achieved my goals, right? Because at that point, this is a year and a half after that, you know, the summer. So I've made over 6 figures already with my business, right? I'm doing well for myself. I'm paying for everything. I'm doing well. And that guy is working at the same job he's been working at since last summer. So you're telling me this guy could have gotten a coma for a year, like literally a year and a half, and woken up and nothing have changed. Like literally, like he could have just slept for an hour, like a year and a half. Nothing has changed because he didn't do nothing. Okay. And I don't know what he's doing right now. I don't care. I'm assuming he's just doing whatever, like working the same job, or I don't know, going from restaurant to restaurant, which is none of my business, right? But unfortunately for people like that, like, you deserve what you have. I feel bad, obviously. Like, I would want that guy to achieve his goals. I would want him to be a professional basketball player or whatever. But like, bro, you're not putting in the work. Like, you don't deserve that shit, bro. Fuck. Bullshitting, bro. Like, how you gonna let me outwork you for basketball? I don't care about basketball. The fuck? So I feel like the lesson that I learned here is, number one, you pretty much get what you deserve. If you work your ass off, you know, for a long period of time, you're going to get the results. Number two, just look at everybody around you. Like, it's so easy to be the competition. It's so easy. Like, which is another reason why, like, for clothing brands, which this is a very weird example on the reason why I brought this up, but this is another example why I feel like pop-ups are like, it's just like a cope, you know. Like literally, like I believe 3 days ago I had a client that joined one of my inner circle programs, and he's been selling in person for like 8 years. He's never sold online, and I think he's making like, he made like 6 figures per year selling in person, which isn't bad, like 90K, 100K. But I told him, like, dude, you're missing out on so much money because there's a limit on how much you can sell in person. And if you sell online, even if you just do okay, decently online, you can just double your revenue per year just by selling online. You can make 200K instead of 90K or 100K, right? So that's what I told him. And I really do think a good example is just like your competition. Like your competition, you're thinking your competition is everybody around you. No, motherfucker, it's everybody online. It's the whole entire world, which is a reason why I think like you comparing yourself to everybody online is way better, and it's gonna help you way more than comparing yourself to your friends. Like obviously, like okay, for example, for me, I'm a very good example, right? So I don't compare myself to my friends. I don't compare myself to anybody around me because why would I? They're not my competition. You feel me? My competition is like 16-year-olds that's making millions of dollars, 18-year-olds that's living in a penthouse. Like those are the guys that are my competition that's online, because that's the only way that I'm gonna improve and get better is by comparing myself to them. You can call it toxic. I don't give a fuck, bruh. That's the only way you're gonna succeed is by having motivation and seeing other people and being mad at it and just working your ass off to get to that position too. You think I bought a Corvette C8 because I just wanted a Corvette C8? No, I didn't like the fact that everybody else had a Corvette C8 except for me. That's why I got a Corvette C8. Everything that I have in life, obviously some of them I did want, but it's also because I saw other people have it and I didn't think they deserved it. So guess what? I worked my ass off and I got it for myself. So a lot of you guys have to understand that you can't compare yourself to people around you. That's not how life works. Unless obviously like your whole circle is full of winners, which by that point then you should be automatically a winner as well. But like considering you're just like a regular Joe Schmo that has regular friends, like you shouldn't compare yourself to your peers, because like they're not gonna do anything in life anyways. And I really do think you should compare yourself to people online. So today as well, which is funny, like, okay, I don't know why I keep using the clothing brand like as an example as well, but I had another client that I hopped on a call with that wanted to join my program, and he said like, I didn't know you can sell online. I didn't know that was real, because he's never sold online. And I told him like, I've never sold in person. All the money that I've made is online. And I feel like online is a very good example for both business and just your personal life, achieving goals. And I feel like online is the best. It's like the NBA pretty much. Like you comparing yourself to your friends, that's literally just like street basketball. You're playing against 50-year-old grandpas. You might do well, you might score 20, but like online, internet, comparing yourself to the internet, having a business online, competing online, it's around the whole entire world, right? So I would say that's more of the NBA, which, you know, obviously nobody wants to stay in the high school basketball team. They always want to go to the NBA, which means you have to, you know, level up and obviously go to the NBA. The point I'm trying to make here is, I don't know why. I have ADHD right now. It's like 11 o'clock at night. I need to go to sleep. But the point I'm trying to make here is, obviously you can compare. If you have confidence issues right now, compare yourself to the people around you. Okay, that's only if you have confidence issues, and that's only considering you're doing the work. Because if you do, you will realize that you're pretty much outworking 99% of people you know in real life. But for the rest of you, most of you guys should be comparing yourself to people like me, people like other influencers or other successful people online, because that's really your competition. You know, like you're not going to be able to get that motivation, that drive, that anger by comparing yourself to people around you. Honestly, it's going to be the opposite. You're going to feel too comfortable, right? Because everybody around you is a bum. So you want to be a bum, or you just like, you feel relaxed. But I promise you, that is the worst way to grow, is by comparing yourself to people around you.